At the start of a game of Victory, each player rolls a die to see who goes first. The winning player then chooses 5 hexes and can start in his corner of the map. Each player will get 5 hexes, which they can arrange in their corner to determine their starting position. The first player will only get 1 town to build. Each other player will then get 2 towns to build to balance out the advantage of going first. As the players build and expand, they reveal parts of the map. As they reveal a section of the map, any hexes that are revealed at the same time, they can determine how they want to position them, which gives them a certain level of control over how the map is formed. Each town supports an infantry, and so you can always keep track of how many units a player has based on the number of towns that they have. Orange right now has 4 towns and so has 4 infantry. Yellow's now upgraded. Instead of building 2 towns on Yellow's turn, they upgraded one of the towns, a Grassland town, to a city, which then gave them a cavalry. Green is now moving up in position to attack Yellow, so there'll be some action soon. Orange is still expanding on the map without any combat. Yellow is now attacking and trying to kill the green infantry that are adjacent to the Grassland city. The reason that's important is if those units that are adjacent to the Grassland city aren't killed during the reinforcement phase, those units cannot be, no units can be placed back into that city that is considered under siege. Green has now moved up again, putting the Yellow city under siege, and so Yellow will likely have to fight those units to relieve the siege. Again, there's a combat. Green lost the infantry. Now Yellow's making a decision about what to do. They're moving up, and looks like they're attacking the other plains hex. They took that with an infantry, and they set the green city under siege. Now Green is retaliating. There's a lot of fighting going on in these fields between the 2 cities. Green is upgrading, now has 2 cities right there, which puts more pressure on Yellow. Orange is still expanding, and now Orange has gotten into the fray and put a number of green cities under siege. That artillery is turned on its side to indicate that it's bombarded. It fired and killed one of the infantry that was besieging the Yellow city. Now it's Green's turn. Green is doing a major attack, bringing in lots of units, and Green took the city, which means that Yellow loses the city and the infantry and cavalry that were supported by it, and Green gains that. Green is now positioning his troops for defense in anticipation of Orange's attacks. Orange moves in 3 infantry, which guarantees that that mountain town was just taken, because an empty mountain town can only roll 2 dice. So long as you bring in 3 units, you take it. Orange upgraded the mountain town to a city, which is a real strong position, threatening Green. Yellow is now attacking, probably without note. They just moved into the Grassland hex outside of the city. Green is moving his frigate up, probably bombarding the orange units in the mountain adjacent, and is attacking the Grassland hex outside of the Yellow's mountain city. Green is building 2 more towns on their turn. Orange is coming in, managed to take that Grassland town away from Green, doing an attack, managed to take another town there on the right from Green. Orange is really spreading out now. Yellow is still trying to kill the units outside the Grassland hex. Successfully kills them. Now the reinforcement phase, bringing everything back. That mountain city is the capital, so everything can be placed there. Now Green is attacking the Grassland town that had been taken from it, but failed. As you can see, Orange has retained control. Another couple of attacks occurred, but nothing changed hands. Now it's Orange's turn. Orange is bringing a lot of forces to bear against the city there. The mountain town, was able to take it, bringing more units up for defense. Upgraded a forest town there on the right to a city and gets a frigate. In response, yellow now attacking the Grassland city, took it. It's in good position there. Know that yellow has at least one city on each terrain type, giving them combat supply, so their dice are going to hit on 4 or less as opposed to just 3 or less. Green has a frigate that's just trapped there. It can bombard on its turn, but it can't do too much else. So the green player disbanded it and during the reinforcement phase and built it there next to his forest city. Orange is moving up to attack green. Has some units there, putting some of the green cities under siege. Yellow attacking green. This is a major battle coming in from 3 different hex signs and with at least 2 unit types. Now here's another battle against a mountain city. Yellow's coming in from 3 hex side. Each hex side gives an extra dice beyond the first hex side. Each additional unit type gives an additional dice. So a lot of dice there, but orange did prevail and killed all the attacking land units, and so retains control of the city. Green trying to kill the units that have his grassland city under siege in the mountains, but was unsuccessful. There's still a unit there. Orange coming in from 2 hex side because he brought some across on the frigate, so attacking that mountain city, was able to take it from green, builds another forest city there on the left, and puts the grassland town of yellow under blockade. Yellow is now attacking in force. Looks like 3 hex sides coming from the frigate and then 2 land sides. Managed to take that city away from orange. Now yellow's coming through and attacking and successfully takes the grassland city away from green. Yellow's looking real good, coming in with an attack, amphibious attack, and took orange's new forest city. Yellow placing their units all toward the front for maximum offensive capability. Now green manages to take that city. Orange coming in only on 1 hex side but with 2 unit types, took that city, and orange just took another city there. So orange and yellow are clearly the 2 game leaders right now. But yellow has a stronger strategic position and is about to go right now. Coming in with 2 or 3 hex sides, I'm not sure. It looks like that infantry came in from the mountain. So took that town, coming up, putting the forest town under siege. Now attacking that grassland only on 1 hex side, but with 3 unit types and a lot of units. Each of the artillery getting pre-battle fire. Took that town, city. Now attacking the forest hex to put that mountain city under siege. Orange is going to have a difficult time projecting strength against the defenses of yellow. Green just moving his artillery up because there's nothing else really that he can do. Now orange attacking with 2 hex sides coming in, going to get a bombardment with the frigate. Fails in that attack. Does clear out that forest hex and clears out that mountain hex, but not really taking stuff away from yellow. Orange is reinforcing, putting his troops back out on the board for maximum defense. Now yellow is going to get to attack. And he's turning the artillery and the frigate on the side where he's in situations where he's bombarded. Once you've bombarded with a frigate or an artillery against an adjacent hex, you can't move it, and so just turning it on its side indicates that it's already been used, and the player can remember not to use it again that turn, and just turn them back upright when their turn is over. And just killing a lot of the guys that had besieged his cities, setting up his defenses. Green just puts his troops back out. That's all he can do. Even though his capital's under siege, you can always put your troops in your capital, even if it's under siege or blockade. And so that was not a restriction on green. Now orange just kind of clearing all of the hexes that had him under siege and placing his troops back out. He had a lot of casualties, so they were in the reserve and now they're coming back out. All of the casualties when you play during battle, they go into your reserve off the map, and then at the end of your turn you get to put them back out during your reinforcement phase. And yellow's now making an attack here, coming in only on one hex side, but 3 different unit types, but orange prevails. Placing its troops back out during the reinforcement phase. So a lot of troops. Green came out bombarded, but then just pulled it back in during his reinforcement phase to keep yellow from just being able to drop something in. Now orange is attacking that town, takes it. Looks like orange tried to bombard probably that yellow frigate, but failed there on the right. And yellow got lucky, took that forest city, which meant that orange had to lose a frigate somewhere on the map because he didn't have any in his reserve. And yellow gains a frigate to his reserve that he can place at the end of his turn. At this point, things are not looking good for orange and for green. Yellow has gotten extremely powerful, and so green concedes the game, and so does orange, as they have no real chance to come back and win. And so yellow is the winner.